Well, here we go, and I'd like to have another old friend come visit us from last quarter, and that's this little plate. I believe this is the plate that they use in a lighting, for overhead lighting fixture in a 4-inch round electrical light box for new construction. I'm going to drag that over where I can see it. Okay, I'm going to go up here, I'm going to go to my origin, go to my XY, right click, and go to visibility, just so you can get a sense of where we're at. So this is telling me that we're in the front. So I'm going to draw it from the front view. The front view would be this direction here. And I'm going to go in there. And I'm going to go to line. And this is 1.4. Okay. Come down here. I'm going to go... Oh, I don't even have a real distance here. What do I have? It looks like 0.35. Okay, so maybe we can do this. 0.35 plus 0.0625 tab 135. Let's see what happens. Okay, I don't think it's quite long enough. But we'll fix it later. So now I'm just going to come along here, and I want to go 1 tab 0. Okay, and what did that do? That went backwards. Okay, so I will just go up here and pick on this point, and I don't know why it's doing this here. I'm going to go up here and click my constraint of horizontal constraint and pick my line again and see if I can get it to come out here, and that's a little bit better. It's being silly here, and if you notice, I did not catch that end point, so again I'm going to go back in here, zoom in, get close, make sure I contact that end point. Okay, and I'm going to come out here, and let's go 1 is my distance. Okay, if I hit tab, that should give me my angles, and I want 0 degrees, and there we go. Okay, and then I'm going to stop right there, and we're going to fix this here. So here's the issue. We need to highlight that and delete it. Okay, then we need to give this a dimension from this point here to this point here. Okay, and that point needs to be 0.35 plus 0.0625. There we go. Excellent. Okay. And then I'm going to build myself a line here from the midpoint going up, perpendicular. Okay. What do you think we're going to do with that, guys? Pick construction. Okay. I'm going to get the rest of my geometry here that I need, so I'm going to go over here, go to offset, pick these two, pull it down. Okay, here we go. I'm going to dimension that distance, which is 0.0625. Okay, and you notice it flipped up there, so I'm going to come back down here and grab this, and I'm going to go pick in the center here a little bit, see if that'll help it. Right click, linear dimension. Okay, 0.0625. There we go. Excellent. Okay, and then I'm going to do a mirror. I'm going to pick my geometry. Okay, I'm going to pick my mirror line and go hit apply, and there it is. So now I just got a little bit of cleanup to do. I gotta come down here, and I'm not going to hook it onto the corner because it needs to be the same thickness. So I'm just going to pick a line here and go to here, and I'm actually going to go past a little bit, and I think I'm going to drag this one a little bit over here. Okay. For fun, I'm going to go up here and make sure that those two are parallel. So back on my parallel lines, pick, and they are. That's good. I'm then going to dimension this, and we should have a distance of already 0.0625 in here. Go OK. Oops, that's not what I wanted, is it? 0.0625? It is. So what's going on here? 0.06. Ah, these did not come down here. Look at that. So I'm going to delete that and come here and try and dimension this again. 0.0625. Hooray, there it did it. Okay. And I fixed it on the other side already, so I think we're good. I'm going to do an extend and an extend and come back and do a trim and a trim. Okay. And we're going to do a little fill on the end. Pick and pick. And it looks like I need to do a little extend here. So I got something going on here. This is not good. So I'm going to go from the top down, picking this point here, coming straight down. I'm just going to draw it. I don't care where it's at because I can fix it. I can go up to my perpendicular here. I don't know why it's being squirrely. I do not know why it's being squirrely. There it is. And trim. And trim. Okay. Let's see if we can get this one to work a little bit better over here. I'm going to go down here. Again, I'm going to come on down. I'm going to make sure that it's perpendicular, so I'm going to pick those two there, make sure that they're perpendicular, which they are. And then I'll come in here and trim this, okay? And I think I'm good, right? Finish sketch, okay? And extrude. And we could do the center thing if we wanted to, like we did before. It really doesn't matter at this point in time. There's not much geometry I'm going to be taking off of this, but I am, just for fun, going to go center, and my distance is 1, and I'm going to go OK. Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to right click here and go turn off my visibility because I don't want that anymore. And I'm going to go up here to my view and go to my shaded view. And do you see what happened here? Can you see what happened here? I extruded only the edges, so we're going to have to back up here. When I did my extrude on this, I did not pick finish sketch, extrude. I picked all the edges. I did not pick the interior here. Get into the front here and see if I can pick the interior. So, and it's not going to let me extrude. So what that's telling me is I've got some geometry that's wrong. So I need to find out what is going on here. So I'm going to cancel that. So what's going on is I have some geometry that I shouldn't have. These little tabs like this shouldn't be here. So I'm going to right click, go into finish sketch, and I'm going to go back over here into right click and edit sketch, come back in here. I'm going to zoom in here and get rid of these little things that shouldn't be trailing around. I think there's 2 or 3 of them around in here. Oops. Let's see if I can grab it this way. There it is. I'm going to get rid of all this oddball little geometry, and it's just one of those little things that can just drive you nuts. Okay. There we go. So now, right click, finish sketch. Okay. Let's see if we can extrude it now. And I'm going to go OK. And I don't understand why my view is so weird. Let's go to realistic. No, Yep, I have got something going on here. As you can see, I can look right through it. Now if I go shaded with hidden edges, it's going to show up. So there's definitely something wrong with my geometry. So I'm going to find out what it is and come back and show you. Okay, I found out what it was. It's pretty darn easy. So my sketch is good. So I'm going to just get in here and just right click and finish sketch. Go up to extrude and look at this. My shell is on. Duh. So now I'm going to pick my profile. Now there we go. That's what I'm looking for. I got some invalid regions. So we're going to use Sketch Doctor to find out what the heck is going on. So we're going to hit the Sketch Doctor. We're going to go next and dive into a sketch. It says I am missing some closed loops. Okay, so finish. And it's going to try and fix those. And next, and finish. Yes. Okay. Failed to create a coincidence. Okay. So I'm going to zoom around here so I can see the whole thing. I'm going to fire up my Sketch Doctor again. Okay, Sketch Doctor. Diagnose the sketch. Okay. Diagnose the sketch. Okay, open. It's going to show me where the open loop is. Where is my open loop? I've got an open loop in here somewhere. Diagnose the sketch, okay. Open loop, next. Should highlight the problem. And it's right there. See that little red dot? That is the open loop. And we're going to finish. And, okay. And it failed to fix it. So I'm going to go okay. But I'm going to fix it myself. And I'm going to fix it by deleting that line. So I'm just going to grab that line, delete it. Okay. And I'm going to go try and draw a new line. So it's really important that you use the Sketch Doctor to help you find where things are at. Okay. Right click. Done. Right click. Finish sketch. Okay. Let's hope we can do it this time. We want to be in the solid. And again, I've got a problem. Okay, so we'll find out where it's at. Just give me a minute. And it's still down here. You can see where this red point is. That is, if we unhighlight the problem and highlight the problem, you can turn it on off. Use it like a little beacon to show you where it's at. Okay. And next. And select. Okay. And then finish. And I'm going to try and it's not going to let me do it. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to delete this line. Delete this line. Oh, look at this. We have an extra line in here. What's going on here? That was the whole problem right there. We had an extra line. Okay, so I'm going to just come over here, pick this point, and drag it over to here. And I'm going to come up here. Okay. Get around here on the side. I'm going to make sure that my dimensions are okay. And 063. Okay. And now look here. We have a problem here. We have a big problem here. So we're going to delete that, and we're going to extend that. Okay. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to make sure that this is perpendicular, or this is horizontal constraint, and it is. And this one we're going to parallel it, so we're going to pick this point here and this point here. There we go. And I believe maybe we got it. Right click. Done. Finish sketch. We'll find out. Extrude, and there it is. So sometimes you really got to dig down and really find those little places. I had two lines on top of each other. Inventor will not deal with multiple lines on top of each other. You cannot do that. So anyway, I'm going to go OK, and hopefully we'll get the rest of this done quickly. So what I'm going to do here is now new sketch, pick this face here. I'm taking a circle. Okay, I'm going to come over here and find my midpoint someplace right there. Then I'm going to find a, look at that, I find a midpoint right there. And it looks like it's 0.7. Okay. Right click, done. Right click, finish sketch, and extrude, pick, and cut, and distance, and all, and OK. There we go. Right click, new sketch, pick this, go on top, be a little easier to draw. I got 3 holes going along the top here, so I'm just going to drop them in here. 1, okay, and I'm going to start over again on that. I'm going to pick that, and pick, and I'm going to give it an amount, which is diameter 0.2. Okay, I'm going to see what that is. Double click on it. Come on. And that is D19. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to stay in line with it. And D19. Okay. And come over here, pick another one. And D19. Okay. And enter. There we go. Then I'm going to come up here. I'm going to dimension from the end here. Go to that point there. And that is 0.4. Okay, I'm going to go from here, from the end here again, and to here. And that's 0.8. And I'm going to go from the end here and to this point here. And that's going to be 1.1. Okay, great. And I need a distance in, so I'm going to go from here to the edge. And I'm going to go 0.2. And I'm going to go to this up here in my coincident constraint. I'm going to pick the center, and this, cancel. So it's not. So let's try this. Let us try. Let's try parallel constraint. Maybe that'll work it. Nope, that's not going to do it. So horizontal constraint. Pick. There we go, and pick. So I have to hit that again and pick this one and that one. There we go. They're all constrained now to the 2.2. Okay. While I'm here, I'm just going to do this other side here. So again, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to come in here and pick a point. And that's a radius of 0.2. So I'm going to go, that would be a diameter. It's a radius of 0.1, so it'll be a radius of a diameter of 0.2. 2. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to come down here and draw another circle. And I don't know what size it is, so I'm going to pick this, and I want it to be the same, so D26. So line, so dimension, D26, okay. I'm going to draw a line in between them. Okay, draw a line in between them. I'm going to define this point here to the end point here, which is 0.2. Okay, and I'm going to define this point here to this point here, which is 0.3. Okay. And then I'm going to take escape. I'm going to grab all of this. I'm going to go rotate, okay, which I've already selected, center point, pick this point here, and I'm going to go, it's how many degrees? 8 degrees, so that would be 180 less 8 would be oops. Yes, we want to go 172. Well, that didn't work. So let's go 8, about minus 8. There we go. Okay. And up. Oh. Now, why is that? Okay, so rotate. So pick this, select the geometry, select the center point. Yes. And -8. And done. That didn't work. Oops. We got a problem here, okay? So let's try this again. Rotate. Let's try just grabbing this geometry out here. Select the center point. Yes. Okay. And -8. And done. And it let me. So I couldn't rotate that circle right there, okay? That was the issue. Okay, and one of the things that's going on for me here is I think that these holes are actually smaller than I have. Okay, I really think that these are actually 0.1. Notice they all changed. I do believe that is correct. Okay, need to do a little bit of trim here and a trim here. Right click, done. Finish sketch. Extrude. Pick this point here, this point here, this point here, and this. Cut. All. Okay. And there is our side of that. Okay? And I believe that is what is supposed to be correct. Okay. Then I'm going to go over here. And rather than get myself confused, I'm just going to draw it as I see it over here. Okay? And I'm wondering if I can do something with this geometry over here. If I can steal this. So I had to take a little break here to do a little reconnoitering. And I think I can do this, you guys. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go up here and show you what I'm going to do. Right click, new sketch, pick this face. I'm going to go here and show you that that is the face that I'm picking. I'm going to right click and go visible. Okay, is that what oh, that's not what I want. Okay. I want take that, finish sketch. Oops, I'm going to take that invisible. So this plate here, there we go. And we're going to flip it over. And I'm going to go in here. And I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to go new sketch and pick this face. Okay? And then I'm going to go to the XY plane and show you that there we go. It's on that plane. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to project geometry. I'm going to project this geometry that you see here. I'm going to create a line from the center point of that circle just up and perpendicular. Escape. I'm going to select that line and go to construction. Okay? Then I'm going to come over here and project this geometry. Okay? And then I'm going to mirror this geometry here to the other side. There's my mirror line. Pick that. Apply. There I am. Now, done. Now here's the trick. I have to reverse this, right? I can't be the same. So how am I going to do that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go mirror again, select this geometry here, mirror line. I'm going to pick this line right here and go apply, done, and see what it did. It just flipped it around for me, which is perfect. I'm going to take this geometry here and throw all that away. Okay, I'm going to pick this geometry here. I'm going to go to move. Where's my friend move? Okay, I've already selected it. So now I have to pick a base point. So I'm going to pick this base point here. Yes. It asked me if I wanted to let go of the geometry that I had, and I said yes. Okay. There we go. Looks like I got more than one line here, so we need to make sure things are okay. I'm thinking I'm going to pick that line and delete it. And I'm going to pick that line and delete it, delete it. And I'm going to trim this line here. There we go. That line is okay. And we are looking good here, I think. Okay. I'm going to do one more. I actually don't need a line here because of the fact that when I projected that geometry, it gives a geometry for it to do what I need to do. I'm going to go into my home view. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go right click. Oh, it looks like I need one more circle up here. I forgot that. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to dimension this circle. Oops, excuse me. I'm going to dimension this circle here. Okay, and it's D32. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to pop a circle in right over here. Okay, and I should have put that in there, but that's okay. We'll dimension it. I'm going to go D32. Okay. Then I'm going to dimension from this corner here to that center, and that dimension is 0.2. Okay. And I believe this is the same depth down, so I'm going to dimension this point here to this point here, pull this out, and I'm going to go 0.2. I believe that is correct. I'm going to here, right click, done, right click, finish sketch, extrude, and pick, oops, extrude, pick that, put that, do it, and there. Go to my cut, go to my all, and go OK. And there is my project. Okay. And I'm going to right click on the plane, right click, and take off the visibility. Okay. And I can do the same here. And what do we got here that I'm showing off here? Okay, there we go. And home. So that is the finish of that little project right there. Okay. And this line here